Hey there, welcome to another Doom's Darkside Battle Report. We are doing a friendly game today, just a Warhammer Fantasy Empire versus Lizardmen. I'm playing against my mate Swampy. Say hello, Swampy.
Hello.
He's just picked up the Lizardmen book. He doesn't have any of the new funky stuff, but he does have a very old school Lizardmen army as he's been playing for quite a while. As you can see, there's some of the old skinks and the old school sallies. These are the first ones. Yeah, they're really cool. I actually like these ones out of all the editions of salamanders. And then the ugliest frog in the world on the Paladin over there with the temple guard and the stegodons. And look at those old boys over there, Saurus warriors from the old starter set, isn't it, Swampy?
Yep.
Right. So in a quick run through the army. I'll do mine first. My army on the flank here, this is deployment. I've got Pistoliers and Outriders. They haven't vanguarded yet. I have over here a detachment of handgunners with my main unit of spearmen. They have a level 4 death wizard, a battle standard, and an arch lector. And then 10 huntsmen or archers with a level 1 fire wizard, and just behind them the steam tank. As you can see, there's the spells, fireball. And those are my death spells. Just a minute. Then we have a Hellblaster. Fortunately, directly behind this massive tree with a little castle attachment. And I'm using, for a last time probably, my flagellants. I really hate flagellants, but I've painted these. I've put the love in there, so they're going to get used, goddammit. And then my Inner Circle Knights with a Warrior Priest. And we have a cannon with a Master Engineer. That's my army, 2,500 points. And we'll do Swampy's army quickly. He doesn't do a lot of talking, so I'll move the camera and he can tell us if there's anything different. We got 1, 2, 3 units of normal skinks. Blowpipes. There you go. And 2 sallies. Temple guard. All metal temple guard in the back so they can die first. Is that another unit of skinks down there?
Yep.
Is that the bunker for all your wizards?
Yep.
And then we got 2 radioactive swarms in the back there. Is that ancient stegodon?
No, that's a Bastillodon for today.
Oh, it's a Bastillodon. I see. Well, they've upgraded that quite a bit. And then we have a big block of Saurus and sallies and 2 more sallies. I hate those things. And then way out on the flank there, I see is it an Old Blood?
No, just a hero level Saurus.
Scar veteran on a cold one. And then we have a couple of chameleon skinks over there, and a few more down there behind the hill. So goodbye cannon, goodbye Hellblaster. Unless I get first turn. Woohoo! Yeah. Right. So we're gonna go with rolls for first turn and vanguarding, and then we'll come back for the first turn. Alright, so that's the end of turn 1, and it was quite an eventful turn. I vanguarded up on the flank here with my Pistoliers and Outriders. Yes, there was Pistoliers there. And Swampy won first turn. He moved up as such, with the skinks moved up there. They all got blowpipes, remember. Those ones moved through the forest there. Sally's moved up. These all moved up. These guys, one big battle line moved up. These guys couldn't get around far enough. And then the magic phase came. Swampy's got the slan that knows all the right, this is the slan that has all the signature spells. Sorry about that, someone was gnawing at my leg. And in the magic phase, Swampy rolled 8 for magic. And he channeled 1, he had his slan channel another 1. So he had about 10 dice. First spell he cast was from the Bastillodon, the little stream of light or whatever it was. I let it go. He cast it on these guys and it didn't do any wounds, got 2 hits, no wounds. And then his slan cast, what was it? Something innocuous was it? Oh yeah, this Spirit Leech on my level 4. We rolled off and we both got 10, so that was a bust. But he got a miscast on that and lost rolled 11, lost 2 laws, 2 wizard levels, and 2 spells. Then one of the skinks over there rolled exactly the same, double 6 for his wild form on them, and lost his wizard laws and his spell. So I think Swampy decided I'm not casting any more magic for the rest of the game after those 2 first choice times. But he was a little bit better off when his skinks blowpipe the hell out of my scouts, my pistoliers. 5 from the first unit, and then the little champion died in the last one. So that's the end of them. Good first turn for them. I think I might stop taking pistoliers. Alright, so let's go on to my turn and see what happens. Right, so this is the end of my turn 1. Interesting turn. Movement wise, I charged the skinks, chameleon skinks with my archers. Steam tank moved up there. And then not a lot moved up, they shuffled forward. And I pretty much decided to pepper his army with as much as I could. I failed to kill the Basilion. The cannon fired and overshot. Even with the engineers overall, it still overshot and took out 2 of the temple guard. Magic phase wasn't that much better either. I think we had about 7-8 dice. I got Doom of Darkness on that unit there. Oh, and I caused 4 wounds with a carousel and Nef on one of those little swarm things. And that was it for the magic. Swampy saved 1 in his pot. And then shooting, like I said, the cannon overshot there. My cannon from the tank killed a salamander and caused another wound with the handgunners on them. They passed their leadership test even with the -3 leadership, but of course the slan is sitting right there, so it makes no difference. And those skinks over there took 3 or 4 casualties from the outriders and ran off. Oh yeah, of course my charging archers beat the living snot out of those chameleon skinks. 5 hits, 5 wounds. Thank you very much. Who needs great swords? And that was it. That's pretty much it for my turn. This will go on to Swampy's turn 2. And I suspect he's going to try and bring the pain. See what you got, Swampy.
I will bring the pain.
Right, so this is the end of Swampy's turn 2. And you can see as he's moved up as such, skinks came in here, took out that cannon with 5 poison hits. These sallies moved up, Saurus moved up. They flamed the back rank of this flagellant unit, and also connected with the wizard, but he didn't wound them. He charged in with his swarms into the archers. I told you, man, you don't mess with these archers. Took 5 wounds or 4 wounds coming in with a standard shoot, and then beat the crap out of this before they got to hit. This bad boy over here put a wound on the steam tank with its little light spell, and as you can see, they moved up as such. The skinks over there at the back rallied. Both these skink units fired on the outriders and only caused 1 wound, so they're obviously a lot more lucky than the pistoliers were. The sallies also fired on them. In fact, I think it was the sally that got the wound. Oh no,
he failed to wound.
Yeah, 2 wound. You got 2 hits on them and failed to wound. The slan with now level 2 cast a fireball on him, which I dispelled. And then he cast a spell on this tank, which I dispel scrolled, which was the D6 arms Searing Doom. That's it. As I said, combat was brutal, as the swarm took a kick in from the archers. I tell you, man, archers man of the match already. Kills chameleon skinks, some swarms. Next is the Basilodon. You think I can take him?
Fuck off.
Alright, let's see what my turn 3 or 2 is going to be like. Alright, so this is the end of my turn 2, and it was an eventful turn. Let's see, starting with movement, my flagellants charged those guys over there. The knights charged the sallies over there. And the steam tank charged the temple guard. So those are the 3 charges. The knights obviously failed, but the sallies ran off. And my flagellants made it. So magic phase, I rolled double 1. I cast Doom and Darkness on them, and Swampy the spell scrolled it. In the shooting phase, my Hellblaster only managed to turn around this turn. Obviously the cannon got obliterated last in Swampy's turn, so I fired the handgunners and the archers, my deadly archers, onto the sallies over there. I think I maybe caused 1 wound, and then I had to use the outriders to finish them off, which got the sally and 1 of the skinks. They passed their fear test. Unfortunately, my outriders might bite the dust this turn with the amount of skinks facing them. Other shooting, that was pretty much it. Combat, my flagellants killed 7 Saurus warriors, and they took 4 in return. They also killed 2 through the end is nigh rule. So it was no bad turn. I'm going to put a dent in them, but I fear they might finish me off next turn. That's why I hate flagellants. They're too expendable for their points. And combat over here, I think I did, what was it, 7 wounds?
7 wounds.
And he did a wound back on me. The steam tank's down to 5 wounds now. And I wonder if I've got the Basilean coming in. I don't know if he can actually even fit. So, I think it'll clip me on the front or something. But that was pretty much that turn. So we're going on to turn 3 now. And it's getting pretty aggressive. I've got to get rid of this Slan Mage unit here. I've got a feeling why... Oh, that guy up on the hill there is also worrying me. Got a feeling he's going to come give me lots of problems on my knights. No armor saves, I bet you. So let's see what it goes. Right, so this is the end of Swampy's turn 3. And look at the crazy mess this is. Right, so his turn, he moved all those skinks up. And he charged that guy over there into my knights, which I fled. And I think, oh, and the big bastard charged into the corner of the steam tank. Yeah, they rallied. I fled and bounced through my archers out to this side. And in the magic phase, I don't think there was much happened in the magic phase, was there?
Nope, nothing again.
Yeah, I think he got this thing off in combat. We checked the rules, but we couldn't see if he couldn't or not, so we just went with you can. And he tried to go on the steam tank, and I couldn't remember what happened, but it was something like he rolled a 1 for the wound. As is typical. The strength 10 hit in the combat was also a 1 for a wound. Those guys down there moved up and evaporated my poor engineer who was making a beeline for the Hellblaster. He charged the knights and then only failed to move like 3 inches up. And in the close combat phase, those guys butchered the remaining flagellants for 1 wound in return. So overall, this at the end of Swampy's turn 3, he's managed to finally gut those Outriders with all those skinks over there. So it's an interesting turn for me next. What I'm going to do, I've got to rally those knights, and then I've got to try and get rid of that centre part there. How do you think it's going so far, Swampy?
It's about even.
Yeah.
You're going to lose next time.
You've had some really up and down luck, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Magic phase has been disastrous for him. He was just saying it's like he wanted to try out some of the new stuff for the Slan, and all he's been doing is rolling miscasts and no spells. So let's see what I can do in my turn. I'm still worried about those Sallies coming back into the fight, yeah, but he's my main concern. I know it seems silly. He charged the knights, and I was like, I'm not taking a chance of him having no armor save swords. Saurus characters are not to be trifled with. So I ran like a big girl. Right. This was the end of my turn 3. It wasn't a great turn for me, to be honest. I rallied my knights. They turned to face the Saurus. I had a debate whether I could just keep them facing that way to try and mop up some of these skinks and have my spearmen deal with the Saurus. But as I pointed out, I think those skinks will just disappear in this phase, so they won't ever be there anymore. So this archers moved over there to try and help out on this flank. My wizard moved back to get within lookout sir range of the spearmen. And that was pretty much it for me. My Hellblaster, oh, in magic phase. What did I do in the magic phase? Oh yes, I cast something on those skinks that made them panic. Oh no, it was a handgunners that shot them.
You did.
I did miscast. I remember that, as I lost 3 levels and 3 spells.
Tried to zap the bastard on this.
That's right, yeah. So I rolled a 10 for the miscast as well. So I am just as rubbish as his wizards. I tried to cast Fireball on them, which he dispel scrolled. Or dispelled the dice, yeah. Emphatically, if I remember correctly. And that was pretty much it for magic. Shooting wise, the Hellblaster misfired again. So I didn't get any wounds on that character down there. The archers didn't do any better. Handgunners caused 3 wounds on them, which made them panic and run off. And in the combat phase, I caused 2 wounds on the Bastardon, which he saved both, and he caused a wound back on me. The strength 10 thing hit again, and again he rolled a wound to 1 to wound. So I'm hanging in there. I've got 3 wounds left. I'm hoping it can last this turn for me to charge in with my knights, because I really don't want to get charged. Well, I suppose you can't really. Anyway, that's that turn. So Swampy's turn. Right. So that was turn 4. Super frustrating. He charged in with a unit of skinks into the flank there, and everything else just moved up on the flank here. They moved up. Magic phase, he had quite a good magic phase, 12 dice to my 8 or something like that, and not a lot went off. I'm trying to think what went off, but I can't think of anything.
-2.
Oh yes, they got a -2 weapon skill, and the skinks came in, they caused no wounds, but I caused 4 in return, but they still managed to hold. Alex, pause that. Shooting phase, they fired on the Hellblaster, took another wound off, and I think that was it for shooting phase. In the combat phase, put 1 more wound on the steam tank. It's got 2 left now.
Tail finally killed, did something.
Annoyingly, I can't freaking charge because those 2 bloody skinks held and are holding me up in the flank. So, what am I going to do this turn? I need to pull this out. That guy's getting close. I found out last turn he's got a 1-up rerollable save. So, oh dear, I'm not liking the look of this. Alright, let's go. Right, that was a super quick turn for me. I moved my spearmen up and the archers up there to block the Saurus. My freaking knights still couldn't get rid of that bleeding skinks. I killed 1, I had to stand in a rank, and he still managed to pass. Magic phase, I went for a 6 dice fireball on them, and he cube of darkness because I didn't get a double 6. Hellblaster fired on that guy again, and again I misfired, so he saved his shots. The Hellblaster's been terrible. I've misfired every single time I fired with it. And that's, oh, I forgot to find it. That's pretty much it. It's now Swampy's turn 5, and oh, my thing was the steam tank. I went for 5 steam points. It blew up, causing 2 kills on them, 1 on there, and 2 on my spearman over here, and that was it. I decided to go for the kaboom rather than so hopefully that'll hold it, because I kind of figured he would kill it this turn or next anyway. Maybe it could have held out, I don't know. But I'll wait for the boom. It sounded funnier. Alright, that's my turn. That was Swampy's 10. Was that for your 5th turn or 6th turn? 5th turn. And it was quite a crazy turn. His slan unit charged my knights that were over there. That thing was facing the wrong way, so he just turned around. His Saurus charged my archers. His Saurus hero on the cold one charged my spearmen. And everything else just moved around. Skinks moved to back here. They moved front there. What's that skink? Is that skink dead? Or? Oh, that's the one that died in combat.
Oh yeah, he died in combat.
Those skinks, the salamander pack that are moving out of the way. Those skinks down there holding all the characters over there. The salays are moving up there. Right, magic phase. Yeah, loads of dice, and it was going really well, casting 5-round regen on them, and try to put some debuffs on my knights, which I dispelled all of them. And then when he went for Weisson's Wild Form, it double 6'd again. And this time he did the double 1, which was the Calamitous Detonation or whatever it is, and the entire unit of Saurus got obliterated, and my knights lost 5 guys. But then we remembered that he had the 5-up regen, so we brought them back again, and 4 of them survived. Did you do a wound on the wizard?
No, he didn't take a hit.
Oh, right.
He might explode or he might not.
So the Saurus survived with 4 guys in combat with my knights. He killed 1 knight, I killed 1 skink, and I failed my leadership test and ran away. And I rolled triple 1 for my freaking flee test, which he caught me, and that was the end of my knights. He's now stopped right in front of my handgunners, and I'm popping myself over there. In this fight over here, I challenged him with my Archlector, who has the Van Horsemans, and we neither caused any wounds on each other. But he still failed his leadership test and ran away, and I rolled double 1 for my pursuit. So he's bounced through down there. These guys killed the archers, about 4 or 5 of them. The archers failed their panic test and ran away, and bounced through the chameleon skinks. And this is a part where we couldn't be bothered to look up the rules for a very long period of time. So we had a quick look, but we couldn't find it. But I think the rule is that if you pass through enemy units, you take a dangerous terrain test. If not, just correct me underneath. But that's what we did, and they passed. They failed their restrain test, and had to pursue 10 inches right into there. So now I've got a juicy flank charge on them, and the handgunners took 3 casualties from shooting, but passed their panic test. So that was that turn. Crazy turn. So that's my turn 5 now, and I'm going to do some charging. Right, that was my turn 5. Not a lot happened. Handgunners fired on them and did no wounds. Wizard did a 6 dice fireball on the skinks and was dispelled. Combat, I charged in the flank of those Saurus over there. I did 4 or 5 wounds. He killed my back rank. 4 freaking Saurus killed my back rank. Angry Saurus. But nonetheless, they still failed combat and got away. Rolled double 6 for their flee. I did about 8 I think in return, so I've overrun into these chameleon skinks. And that was it, that's my turn. So it's Swampy's turn now, last turn 6 for him to obliterate those poor handgunners and see what he can do about this situation here. Maybe he can rally those guys and rally his leader, who's also running away. That's it, so Swampy, turn 6.
Time to win.
You're slang gonna blow up again.
No, he's not going to blow up. He's not casting magic. You can't blow up.
Right, so that was Swampy's turn 6, and wasn't that much to do as there wasn't much left. The Saurus naturally decapitated all the handgunners, overran down this way. Everything else just moved into positions. He moved those skinks out that way, and those skinks up that way, and those ones up there. He says he doesn't want to get fireballed. He then fireballed my wizard. So I'm not sure what he was worried about with the fireball. And obviously those guys moved in there, just moving around. There was nothing he could do. Yeah, I only had 2 units left, and they were both in combat, so there was no real shooting. Those guys rallied. They rallied as well. And in the combat with the skinks, he freaking caused a wound on my Archlector. Can you believe it? I rolled a 1 for the armor and 1 for the ward. So he caused a wound, and then the 2 characters butchered the chameleon skinks. We overran 6 inches. So we're literally standing in front of that guy. So my turn will literally be to charge him and hopefully do the job on him this time. Right, let's do my turn 6. Oh look, we're done. No, I'm just kidding. Right, so there you go. That's the end of my turn 6. It was very brief. My spearman unit charged the cold one character, and my archers fired on that wizard and caused a wound. That's right, take that, boy. Again, the combat was the handbags at 5 paces affair. We caused no wounds, but my sheer combat rares made him run away, and I ran him down. So that's it. I don't actually know who won, to be fair.
I think I won.
You're just gonna say that because you always.
I did win. If you look at it.
Well, we've got quite a lot of stuff left. You've got your Temple Guard unit. I mean, I think does it work on half points now?
No, it works on whole unit defeated.
Yeah, so
you get extra points for 1 skink unit and 1 character.
Might be right, you know. Even it was a pretty close game though. We'll work it out afterwards, and I'll post it underneath. But I think Swampy might be right, because I've lost my knights, my steam tank, the goddamn flagellants. But overall, that was a pretty good game. It was really gruesome as well. Like, loads of strange stuff happened. What did you think, Swampy?
Good. 2 up and down.
Yeah, that was your first game of the new book. What did you think?
I don't really get anything from it because everything I wanted to try just sucked. It didn't work.
You also didn't have any of the new stuff. Like, he was going to use some pterodons, but he forgot them at home. So replaced them with either probably more skinks, knowing Swampy. He loves skinks.
They were worth it.
Well, I think it was pretty good. I always enjoy facing Lizardmen. It's always a massive task, and I think the new book is pretty balanced anyway. I think Swampy's old Saurus. He's got some of the new ones as well, but they're not painted. So there you go.
Please take note that the tree got used.
Yeah.
The tree got used for those down.
Everyone, beautiful tree from.
Salute.
Some of Swampy's salamanders, little paint jobs there. Steg it on. I take it you're going to get the Basilisk done?
Yeah, it was a bit rubbish.
Well, that was alright. It wasn't great, but that little beam did a few damage. The tail did a damage a couple of times. But overall, it was the skinks that are still the pain in the arse. And the crazy freaking Temple Guard you did that just went ballistic.
Went bang.
Yeah. No, it was a fun game. It was really up and down. We were constantly, you think you had a bad turn, and then all of a sudden things swing the other way around. It's typical of a Warhammer game. But anyway, that was that game. Just a friendly game with my mate Swampy. Hope we'll do another one sometime soon, Swampy.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, thanks a lot for watching.